Hello everyone, this is my new Lego build. This is Times Square. I know it's really complex, but we'll dive into this and you'll see what everything is. I didn't do interiors for the most part. I think I did a few, just not all of them. So let's just get into it. Let's start with this. This is the main sign thing in the center of Times Square that you see. This is for the tech brand TDK. This is for Dunkin' Donuts, and this is for Coca-Cola. I know for a fact that Dunkin' Donuts and TDK have signs in Times Square. I've been there myself a couple years ago. So I tried to make that realistic, but it's kind of hard to when you're using Legos. Over here is a hotel that's just a facade. There's no building inside, but I thought it looked kind of nice. I wanted to do it in brown, but I'm saving that for another side project. I don't know if you can tell, but this is on a much. Oh, that's my mic. Yeah. Whip. There we go. So this is on a much smaller scale than most of my other projects. That's because I'm saving the rest of the space and the rest of my pieces for another side project that's Harry Potter related. So we'll see about that. But I wanted to use brown for this, but I wanted to save those for my Hogwarts build. That's kind of what it is. So that's why I made it pink, which doesn't look too bad. I've wanted to try this building style with having these slopes and then having one tower or something jut through it. I've been wanting to try that for a long time, and I'm so glad that I finally got to do it. So if you've followed my channel or have seen any of my other Lego projects, you'll know that I always have this pizza place thing always somewhere in one of my builds. This is a billboard with a arrow pointing to its location, which is right there, which I'll show you in a minute. These are the stairs that are in the middle of Times Square. That's just kind of the stairs that are there. No more elaboration that I can put there other than the fact that they're just stairs in the middle of Times Square. So yeah, I built those. This is an ad for The Lion King. I put lights on it, which kind of looks a little weird, but that's kind of how it looks without the lights. So yeah. Yeah, I thought that turned out pretty well. I spent a long time perfecting that, so I'm kind of glad it turned out okay. Here you'll notice that there's such a big gap. I was supposed to have my phone in there so that, or some mobile device or something in there with some sign, but I didn't get that because I'm filming this with my phone. Didn't really think that one through, but I was gonna have a Hamilton ad in there, so take that as you will. This blue thing is for a helicopter. I just thought it looked nice having a helicopter over the whole thing. So yeah, there's that. There's also an interior. I only designed 3 small, not very detailed interiors. There's not much. There's like an employee, a checkout stand, and an oven with some ingredients on top of it. But other than that, there's really nothing much to see here. There's just someone waiting on a chair for their order to be made. As you can see, not very much. I didn't want to spend too much time working on interiors. Here's another angle of it in case you wanted to see it. Here is another thing. I didn't like the new Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald movie, but I did put an ad in Times Square, and I decided, hey, since I hated it so much, why not have some flames? So that's what those are. They're flames right in front of it, just as a nice sign of my opinion of that awful, awful film. Uh, wow, I'm just going on a crusade against this movie. First, my last video, when I was parroting Let It Grow, and then I made it kind of just as a just wow, I hate this movie. Wow, I don't think I've ever been this angry towards a movie before. And I've seen some bad movies, like worse than Crimes of Grindelwald, but just wow, I really hate this. Anyway, this is a little coffee shop right here. There's not much to see. You see these taps with coffee. I don't know. I've never been inside a coffee shop before. I mean, I haven't been behind the register. And this is kind of just a stall where they make coffee. And you can just pick it up at that window out here. Here, let me try to get a better angle. There you go. You can pick it up right there. And yeah, cool. You can buy it there. There's a hot dog stand. I know New York has a lot of food trucks and stuff. I couldn't build a lot, but I just thought I'd squeeze this one in right here. So yeah, that looks good. That's from a set. This hot dog stand is from a Lego set that I had. So yeah, I just rebuilt it and put it back in here. Uh, you'll notice that there's a lot of cars. That's by intention because New York City is always very crowded. If I didn't gather anything from if I gathered one thing from my time in New York, it was that it was very crowded. Anyway, yes, so this is the last thing, which is ironic because this was the first thing I kind of built. It's McDonald's with an ad for the new Grinch movie. I was not expecting to like this movie as much as I did, but truth be told, I thought it was pretty great. So, yeah, so I decided to put an ad for it because what I don't like about the movie is its relentless advertising campaign. So if you'll notice, that's the biggest ad in all of Times Square. That should give something of an indication about how relentless that advertising campaign is. So that's right there. You have McDonald's here. I did design an interior for this, which we'll get into in a second. You have the Joker trying to break into an ATM. And you have more traffic. All right, let's get inside McDonald's, shall we? I don't think I never went inside of that McDonald's in Times Square because it was crowded and we didn't have much time. So, yes, here is the McDonald's. Not very big. I didn't put that much detail in here. I just had Lord Business now has a daughter, apparently. I don't know, just go with it. And they're drinking stuff, coffee. I don't know what children drink. I'm not a child anymore. I wish I was. Anyway, what is this video turned into? Anyway, so you can order your food right here, and you can see some ingredients. That's supposed to be a stove if the camera focus. Okay, yeah, you can't see it, but there's a stove right here. There's a freshly prepared burger. You can get your ketchup and your mustard here. It's got everything you need in a really constricted space, but it's still kind of there. So yeah, this is not one of my bigger builds, but I still put a lot of time and work into making this. I worked on this for quite a while. It was pretty hard designing a lot of the signage, and I really hope you guys liked that. I have a bigger project coming up on the way. And if you liked what you saw, please subscribe. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.